Costa Rica, but by going to City Walk. Margaritaville's right there. You too can double fist some margaritas and have a great time. Now we're going to be entering Jurassic Park here. And on your right and left-hand sides, you're going to be seeing a lot of props from the Jurassic Park films. On your right here is the boat from Jurassic Park 3. And on your left, you're going to see the mobile lab from Lost World Jurassic Park. And again, that is made completely out of plywood. Makes it a lot easier to pull around, ship around, whatever we need to do. On your right, you're going to see a cage full of dinosaurs. Huh. Must have taken them out for... Oh! It's alright guys, just dinosaur spit. Rub it into the skin. It's good SPF for the rest of the day. So as we make our way over here, take a look at your right and left, you're going to see tree stumps. All these tree stumps here are fake chicken wire and fiberglass. We use it to hide wires, misters, speakers, whatever we need to hide from people who are watching a film or at an amusement park that we don't want them to see. The other thing Jurassic Park does a really good job with is weather effects. A lot of the Jurassic Park films were shot right here in sunny Southern California. And as you can tell, there's a lot of rain used in those movies. Now, obviously, we can't just make it rain whenever we want to here in California, so the filmmakers have to use certain techniques to make that happen. As we pull into Old Mexico, we're going to give you a first-hand look at how we're able to create these weather effects. Now, that thunder and lightning is not real. The lightning are snow lights that are hidden on top of some of these buildings. And the thunder are just a few really big speakers also hidden strategically around the area. Then we've got the rain, of course. The rain are just sprinklers perched on top of buildings and some poles here. Now, you might be able to tell that that rain is a little thicker than actual rain. That's on purpose. That's so it shows up on camera. Sometimes they'll even use powdered milk to really make the rain stick out. Now, we don't need to cover the entire area with rain. We just need to cover what the camera sees. Because it doesn't matter what you're able to see right now. If I put a camera up here, we'd be able to see, and it wouldn't look like it was raining. Now, I know we've had some rain here in sunny Southern California for the last few days. These sprinklers certainly will help as well. And we are on a hill, so cars 3 and 4, if you see anything coming towards us, give us a yell. Oh, there we go. Take a look at your screen and see how this was utilized in a scene from Big Fat Liar starring Frankie Muniz and Paul Giamatti.
You can't run a wolf, Jack! Yeah, we'll see about that. Why not? Hey, you're a funny monster!
We are green here at Universal, so don't worry. That water is recycled, pumped back up to the park, and used in the drinking fountains. So you'll be getting a heavy dose of flood water. I'm completely kidding, by the way. So we are leaving Old Mexico, and we are entering the oldest sets on our lot. These are our Old West sets, or as we like to call it here, 6 Point, Texas. Now, it's called 6 Points, Texas because at one point we used to have 6 separate streets, 6 separate sets that each had a bank, a saloon, and a post office. And in the silent film era, you could shoot 6 scenes at a time. So you could have one scene with a gunfight going on, another romantic scene going on a different set, and then a bank robbery going on one set, and they wouldn't interfere with each other. Now, Carl Laemmle was a smart man. He made a profit off of this. Back in the silent film era, he would charge people 25 cents, would provide them with a boxed lunch, they'd set up bleachers, and the public actually got to watch these movies being filmed. Now, a lot of these actors in these movies were from a theatrical background. So what they would do is they would really feed off of the crowd cheering for the good guy, booing for the bad guy, oohing and awing, and all these spectacular stunts that were going on the Old West sets. Speaking of the stunts, now the stuntmen, they're tough, as you guys all well are aware, but they're not crazy. A lot of these bricks here on these buildings, those aren't real bricks. Those are made of foam, rubber, and fiberglass. Anytime you saw a cowboy being thrown through a window, that's candy glass. And anytime you saw a chair being smashed on somebody's back, that was flimsy balsa wood. You know, that way it probably hurt a little bit still, but definitely not as much as if that was real glass or real wood. Now, if you look at some of the doors, you'll see that the doors are a little smaller than your average door, and that's so they made the cowboys look a lot buffer, a lot stronger. Stars like Kirk Douglas could stand in front of those doors and look more masculine. So we are reaching the half point of our tour. I just want to go ahead and remind everybody that if you are having any medical emergencies, please go ahead and reach that red cord running down the center of the tram, and I will be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. All right, so we've gone through Jurassic Park. We've gone through the Old Mexico, the Old West. Now we are going to swing our way over here, and we're going to go by Little Europe. On your left-hand side, as we make this turn, you're going to see our Little Europe sets right here. This is where Universal Studios ushered in the monster genre. We wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for the monster genre. That kind of really put us on the map here at Universal. And the majority of those scenes were shot right there in Little Europe. On your left, you're going to see a lot of trailers here. This is for Hallmark's television show, Home and Family, starring Mark Steinitz and Debbie Montopoulos, the DIY TV show. Now, that is what we consider a hot set. A hot set is a set that is supposed to be used for filming at any moment. We are going into a hot set right now, folks, so please remain seated, but please take a look around. Look what we got. We got a bunch of lights on your left-hand side. We got some cameras set up. This is being used for a major motion picture. They're all on break right now, so we're able to get a first-hand look at a hot set. They're ready to continue filming. We're going to go ahead and park here. Take a look around. This is a subway station in San Francisco. Craft services, my favorite part of the set, is on your left-hand side. Free food. Maybe we'll stop by, grab a bite. Hang on, please remain seated. I got you. Hang on. I think the horse is so tall for it. Give yourself a round of applause. You just survived an earthquake for a bit. Take a look at your screen to see how this is used on an episode of Bone. What's going on? All right, guys, we're going to get one good look here. Last look at 6 Points, Texas. You can see some props sitting out over here. You know what? That earthquake really stressed me out. I'm sure it stressed you guys out. You guys are in California. Most of you guys are probably on vacation. Let's go to the beach. Why don't we head on over to Amity Island? You might recognize it from Steven Spielberg's Jaws. Now, rest assured, I hear some of you guys, a little worried. We did have a shark problem. As you can see, we caught him. He's hanging up right there. My buddy George is in the water. He's doing a once-over just to make sure everything's okay. Oh, boy. Nothing seems to be going right on this tour, huh? George, buddy, hey. George, pop your head up so you can hear me. There you go. Hey, George. What? George had a lot of guts being out there. And there they are. Oh, boy. Okay, folks, we're probably going to have to get moving here. We're going to hide behind these explosive barrels. I think this will be a lot safer. Oh, he's taking the beer. Look at that. I heard a lot of you guys screaming. That means our shark is doing its job. But you know what shark did not do its job? Was Steven Spielberg's shark in the movie Jaws. Remember how I said Spielberg tested the shark in Soundstage 21? Well, that was in fresh water. So when Spielberg brought the shark out to the Atlantic Ocean and it was time for his big moment and they put it in the ocean, it sank straight to the bottom of the Atlantic. That's because salt water started to really affect the mechanics of the shark itself. The shark never worked. The production was terribly inconsistent, and it prompted the production crew and the cast to nickname the production Flaws. Now, you probably heard John Williams' iconic score while that moment was happening over there. When John Williams was hired by Steven Spielberg, they were on a deadline. Spielberg went over to John Williams' house to hear the first few moments of this shark attack score. Williams sat down at the computer, put his fingers on the keyboard, and went, da-da, and sat back. Spielberg started freaking out. Spielberg knew he had a deadline. He thought John Williams was joking. John Williams then went, da-da, 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 and played it faster and faster and faster. Said he was going to add a little bit of orchestra behind it, and it is now the iconic score you hear in today's film. As we turn the corner here, on your left, you're going to see a cul-de-sac that we like to call Elm Street. Elm Street was most known for Will Smith. This was his house in the movie Hancock. This was also Boo Radley's house in To Kill a Mockingbird. And it's also where Eric Bana lived in The Incredible Hulk. On your right-hand side, you're going to see our chicken ranch. This is where The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, starring Dolly Parton, shot. This is also where Shout, starring John Travolta, shot, and also where LMFAO was starring for Party Rockin' in their music video, Party Rock. On your left, we're going to be passing what we call Colonial Street, or better known as Wisteria Lane from ABC's Desperate Housewives. We've also shot a lot of other stuff there, including the movie The Burbs, starring Tom Hanks, Harvey, starring Jimmy Stewart, The Munsters used that set as well, and Smash Mouth's Hey Now, You're an All-Star music video. And you are welcome for getting that song stuck in your head for the next 24 hours. Now, as we make our way down this road, this is what we like to call Wilderness Road. Now, you're going to look on your right and left-hand side, and you're just going to see trees, bushes, rocks, dirt. And you're probably thinking nothing too special, right? Well, we utilize every inch of our backlot. Universal has a greens team that comes